welcome to another movie review with me, Cody Reed. It's been a little while since I've done a review, and that's because a lot of movies lately have sucked, and I have to pay for them, so yeah. Plus I moved, so I'm finally doing another one. This one is for The Lazarus Effect, which is a scary movie, which I'll describe in a little bit. It's directed by David Gelb, who hasn't done any other big movies at all, just mostly documentaries or short films, and so this is his first attempt, and it stars Olivia Wilde, which is pretty much the only character or the only actress you'll know, along with these other people, some random dude, some random girl, and then the two guys in the middle, just like one of them's from X-Men, the other one's from Community, so yeah. So the movie is about some scientists who decide to go on this unsanctioned experiment from like the school or wherever their headquarters are at, and it's this unsanctioned project where they're working on stuff, and then they realize maybe we could bring people back from the dead to help with research and coma patients and things like that. And so they eventually bring this dog back to life. But the dog is acting kind of weird, so they're not really sure what's going on. It's not acting the way that they thought the dog would act when it comes back to life. It's kind of acting crazy and aggressive. But then eventually, the guy, Frank I think his name is, his fiancée Zoe, played by Olivia Wilde, she dies in an accident. So of course they have to bring her back to life, and then she's acting weird. But the movie doesn't really explain what's going on. Like, you're not really sure if it's a demon possessing her, or if it's some kind of other thing happening with the drugs that brought her back to life, or maybe her brain power is starting to function weird. They don't really explain that, which happens a lot in scary movies. That's pretty much everything you need to know for the movie, because it's only like 83 minutes, thank goodness. Another positive about the movie, besides it being so short, is I did like how they talked about like religion versus science in the movie, because the Lazarus Effect, they're wondering what that white light is at the end of the tunnel when you die, if it's like some kind of thing in your brain, or if it really is your soul going somewhere. And so that part was interesting, but they don't really talk about it that much. The movie really focuses on these jump scares, and it's just a really generic movie. That's how I can describe this movie. If you've seen other scary movies, it probably takes from them. It doesn't really do anything different. It's just very generic. A lot of the scares I could predict. I mean, I'm not a big fan of scary movies myself, but I know where credit can be given, and it's not in this movie. There'll be parts where I was literally sitting in the theater, and I went to go see it with my brother, and I turned to him and go, "Oh, she'll be there. This person will come around the corner." I was right. Oh, yeah. Oh, look, there she is. Ooh, I don't think I went, "Oh!" one time in the movie, which that would have been nice. I probably would have bumped up my score a little bit if I would have gone, "Oh!" one time. I mean, the first part of the movie, they only have a few jump scares, and then the rest of the movie, after they finally gets to her dying, like almost a third to a half of the way into the movie, and so you're like 30 or 40 minutes into an 80-minute movie, and they finally get to her dying, which is kind of what I wanted to see based on the previews, but it takes forever getting to that, and then just more jump scares. Everything was pretty predictable, and then of course they have to have the dramatic music that plays with it, like dong, ah! It's like, but it didn't scare me. I mean, like you mentioned, I'm not a fan of scary movies, but I want to be scared if I go to see it, and most of the time I'm just kind of like tense because I know something's about to happen, but that's the thing, I know something's about to happen. I don't want to see that in a scary movie. Everything else, I mean, the acting is just okay, the characters aren't even that memorable. I had to look up what their names were. And so yeah, I mean, if you've seen other scary movies, if you're on the fence, maybe just go watch those instead. There's nothing really new about this movie. You've probably seen parts from other movies. I mean, unless you're a fan of scary movies or you like short movies, then it's, a quick trip to the theater, so won't hurt you that much, I guess, but it's really generic. So for that reason, I'm going to give it 1.5 out of 5. That's right, one of my lowest scores ever. That's because it was generic and boring and not scary. Good job, Lazarus Effect. So yeah, that's it. If you've seen this scary movie, leave a comment and tell me what your thoughts were. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And then also, make sure to send me any emails at Gmail, and maybe I'll answer them. Thanks for watching this movie Reedview.
I, Sean Connery, was not scared in The Lazarus Effect. It was pretty bland, even for a cocktail. That's why I'll give it 6 out of 16 cocktails.